Salut à tous, c'est Zana et aujourd'hui on se retrouve pour le sixième épisode de The Book of Unwritten. Et donc, au dernier épisode, nous étions arrêtés dans la ville de l'archimage avec le leader. Et donc, aujourd'hui on va continuer l'exploration et peut-être essayer même de voir qui est enfin le fameux archimage dont on nous parle depuis le début du jeu. Par contre, je vais baisser un peu sur le son parce que c'est un peu fort. Voilà. Donc, on va commencer. Marchons.
There are two signs on the door. One says Master Marcus's Magic Mage School. The other says back soon. Both signs are covered in cobwebs. They must have been hanging there for days or even weeks.
Donc ça doit être l'école de magie. Ah oui, et là, ça doit être la taverne.
No one home.
Ah oui, il n'y a personne.
The door is locked.
D'accord. Et là, on peut pas aller? Non, on peut pas. Bizarre que l'école de magie soit fermée à moins que le propriétaire soit ailleurs. L'école de marchand.
A pretty shabby store. Doesn't look like anything's been sold here
Ouais,
recently.
et puis quelqu'un il n'est pas là et quelqu'un peut voler facilement quelque chose.
A pretty shabby store. Doesn't look like anything's been sold here recently. Some boxes and cartons, they're all empty. A very dirty drain. The sewer should be down there somewhere.
Allez, allez. Donc là, on est à la taverne.
You hear a lot of bad things about rundown taverns. On the other hand, they're often the starting point of many a fantastic adventure. And to be perfectly honest, I haven't had enough of those
Ce sera
yet.
avec plaisir pour toi d'en avoir.
Have you got Form 12B for me?
Oh, the blue one.
No, it's just a green one. Hurry up. The post office is about to close for lunch.
You're going to the post office? Oh, I'll come with you. I need a delivery note and I want to send off a registered letter.
What are you doing?
What do you think?
You can see what we're doing.
We're playing.
Oh, damn, I've forgotten my ID card.
You can have a copy of your passport certified by a solicitor. Hang on, I'll mark the solicitor for you on the map.
What are you playing?
The only true kind of game. A role-playing game.
On a l'air d'être dans un espèce de taverne casino. Enfin, en tout cas. Et... on va lui demander ce que c'est.
And what is this role-playing game all about?
It's set in a fantasy world.
Totally without dragons, orcs, and magic.
But instead... Oh! Here. Come over here. I found the tax inspector.
Wait for me. I'll be there in a sec.
Once I've got this stamp, I can finally conclude the fiscal year.
You know what that means?
Tax office!
And you really enjoy playing the game?
Of course.
Certainly. You can escape the tedium of reality with all its magic and monsters. And you meet new people. It's not only us who play this game.
It's played all over the world.
There are 6 people currently online. Well, 4 if you don't include us.
But one's just gone off to the toilet.
And when is the game over? When have you won?
Won. There is no winner. Just like in real life.
The game has no end. You just keep on playing and... Oh! A traffic warden's wanting to write me a ticket.
Leave her. That's a hard quest series. You can try to lodge a written appeal and then you have to...
So the game never ends? Great.
Ah mais je rêve de William en caleçon, je sais pas quoi. pas une question, c'est qui ces deux-là?
Might I ask you who you both are?
Of course. I'm Jack Smith, level 42 consultant at a medium-sized cooperative bank. But I want to retrain as a tax consultant with specialization in tax-effective investments. They have really fabulous skill trees.
And I'm Mary Ellen Skittles, level 40, local government officer. My bicycle's got a 3-speed
Mais
gear.
non, j'ai
I've not the
demandé...
slightest idea what those two are talking about. Maybe it's a role-player
Oui,
thing.
oui, peur. Je vais pour dire encore Guybrush. Je vous ai pas demandé votre niveau dans le jeu puisque vous êtes réellement dans la vie. Mais bon, ils ont pas l'air intéressés de pouvoir le dire.
I meant, who are you two in real life?
Oh, right. I used to be a successful merchant. I had a shop here in town and lots of market stalls. Now all I own is that knackered old stall outside the door there. No customers, no business.
Donc c'est lui
Then
le
maybe I could buy
marchand.
something from you.
Yeah,
Le shop de
great.
marchand qu'on adore.
Why,
Bah oui, mais si tu es en train de jouer, forcément, les gens
And
vont
who
pas
are you?
venir.
I'm Master Marcus, the local mage teacher.
You're the mage
Donc, lui,
teacher.
ça doit être
Could you
le prof
maybe-
d'école de magie qui est à côté.
Shh, the
Et
game
donc, les deux
started.
sont en train de jouer. D'accord. Bah, pas étonnant pourquoi l'école est fermée, pourquoi il n'y a personne dans le stand. Donc,
And this device, what does it do?
What indeed? We type in our input and the machine shows us what everyone else is doing.
It saves our equipment and controls the characters that aren't being controlled by other players.
And how does it work?
No idea. That thing is linked to a server somehow and that takes
on
care
va
of
faire
running it.
un MMO.
Then best of luck in wherever.
Thanks for nothing.
You know, that's about the silliest game I've ever heard of. Why would anyone flee from their own world into a fantasy world in order to complete meaningless
Pas
tasks?
faux. Donc, du coup, on va explorer la pièce pendant que ces deux-là sont occupés à jouer leur jeu.
The shelves are full of dusty bottles and tankards. Some are still half full. Perhaps the owners had to leave town in a hurry.
Ah, et je viens de voir que j'ai encore oublié de lancer mon chronomètre. Et je pense que je vais arrêter le jeu genre 5 minutes avant. Il n'y a rien d'autre.
Mum bottles apple sauce in jars like that back home. Ours are smaller though.
Ah ben c'est génial, ça va être... le bouquin va nous être utile pour récupérer les insectes qu'on ne pourrait pas prendre à l'entrée de la ville sur la pierre. Il me manquait quelque chose pour les prendre.
Splendid two-pointer. A wooden box full of tools, including, amongst other things, a saw. Of course, the saw doesn't meet the gnome tool safety regulations and it's a tad rusty. Still, I think it's usable.
On va juste enlever son utilité après.
These two use the same machine to play their strange role-playing game. My family would just love this.
Il vaut mieux pas parce que sinon je crois qu'il deviendrait peut-être aussi affreux que ces deux-là.
A door bearing a sign that says server's room, no entry.
Pour l'instant, on n'a pas l'air de pouvoir faire quelque chose d'autre. Donc, la sortie.
The cart is pretty overgrown. It obviously hasn't been moved in months. There's a sack on the cart. Something about the smell tells me it's probably full of rotten grain. Nothing for me there.
D'accord. On va monter en haut. Ah, là c'est les gages.
Halt! Access only for authorized persons.
Shield Hand, are you the guard of the upper gate?
Dead right. And you don't have access to the upper town.
As I already mentioned to you at the outer gate, I must speak to the Archmage. It's urgent.
And as I've already mentioned to you, the guard at the upper gate follows very strict procedures.
But why didn't you say you were the guard?
Well, I wasn't on duty, and you shouldn't mix business with pleasure. Anyway, it's much funnier this way.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
Ouais, bah, il est hyper bien installé dans sa petite chaise et tout, là, hein. Donc,
Where are the town's inhabitants?
Gone. Lots of them died when the town was besieged, and most of the survivors then went off with Gustav the Handsome to take revenge. That was rather less than successful.
And how many people are still living here?
Not so many anymore. If the Archmage hadn't had his tower here, the town would have probably been abandoned.
Sounds pretty sad.
But things will get better. Wait until we win the war, and everyone comes back. Well, those that are still alive.
ouais, je sais pas pourquoi, mais j'ai juste l'impression que si jamais on découvre, donc du coup c'est ici qu'il habite Archimage, et qu'après il y a personne, je sais pas pourquoi, mais j'ai un mauvais pressentiment à cause de ça. Du coup, pourquoi est-ce que, regardez, ouais, bien sûr.
But if almost no one lives here, who are you guarding?
Oh, I'm not guarding the inhabitants, I'm guarding the town. I'm guarding it like my father did before me and his father before him.
Père en fils.
But not his father, he was a blacksmith. But his brother-in-law was a town guard, and his father was a baker.
Interesting. There has to be a way to get to see the Archmage. What would I have to do?
Only people with personal invitations from the Archmage himself are allowed in. Do you have an invitation?
On n'a pas d'invitation. Est-ce qu'on peut se prendre d'en avoir une?
Of course.
And where is it?
You don't need to see my invitation.
I certainly do.
You don't need to see my invitation.
You really believe that'll work?
It was worth a try, wasn't it?
Not really.
On aura quand même
So,
essayé.
where's the invitation?
My,
Alexis.
my dog ate it.
Ah, ça m'a fait
I've no time for
le
this.
cri du
So, where's the invitation?
chien qui a mangé mon devoir.
It's an invisible invitation.
An invisible invitation? Really?
Yes, from the Unseen University.
Never heard of it. So, where's the invitation?
No, unfortunately not.
Well, there you go.
Il me faudra une
Without an invitation,
pour
there's no
rentrer.
way you'll ever be admitted to see the Archmage. But you could be admitted, of course. If you were a mage yourself.
Mages are allowed to speak with the Archmage.
Naturally. He's the head of the order, after all. You know any mages by any chance?
Well, I'd like to be one myself.
And I'd like to be a dewdrop on a wood elf's butt cheek.
Really? Why?
Well, Look, only mages or people with invitations can get into the tower.
So I'd be able to see the Archmage if I was accompanied by a mage?
No, the mage would be allowed up, not you. But you could say, give a message to the mage.
But I must speak to the Archmage himself, and I have to give him something.
Well then, you must be a mage yourself.
How do you know whether someone is a mage or not? Their magical aura? Or by the charisma and wisdom they radiate?
By their mage diploma.
Huh?
Every trained mage has a mage diploma. They can show it to me here, and then I let them into the upper town.
So that means if I show you a mage diploma, I can see the Archmage?
Well, show me an honestly acquired mage's diploma made out in your name, and I'll take you to the Archmage myself.
If there's no other way, then I'll just get my mage degree, or my name's not Underhill.
Good luck. You'll find the mage teacher in the tavern. Just see what he thinks of the idea.
Donc pour les mages, je pense qu'on l'a déjà vu que ben c'est le mec en vert avec son caleçon là et sa cape verte étoilée. Et donc je pense que oui, il faudra aller à son école pour que Weaver puisse devenir un mage. Ensuite, entrer dans l'antre de l'archimage.
How can I become an accredited mage then?
You? Not at all.
And how do others do it?
Well, there are mage schools. There's one just down the street, Master Marcus's magical mage school. But Master Marcus shut up shop weeks ago. Now he spends the whole day sitting in the tavern playing some kind of role-play game.
I'm going to get my mage diploma. Just you wait and see.
Oh, yeah, right.
Oh man, there's no way I can do a full course of mage training just to get into the Archmage's tower. Maybe the mage teacher will lend me a diploma, and once I've given up the ring, well, maybe I could really take a stab at it.
Oui. On va te faire un espèce de cours accéléré, je pense. Parce que sinon, la guerre d'Isla sera gagnée et on ne pourra pas faire grand-chose.
This fruit looks like grapes. In truth, they're grapes from a poison ivy. I was bedridden for 2 weeks because of those as a child, and I read about Knight Tilo's adventures.
Non, je pense pas.
Halt! Access only for authorised persons.
Mmh.
Or has Mr. Gnome become a mage in the meantime?
Serais-tu en train de te moquer de mon cher Tilda? Tu verras quand il deviendra mage. Tu feras mal malin. Ah, mais je vois. Ah, voilà.
A basket. It belongs to Mr. Shieldhand.
Peut-être que
It
pour ce
contains
genre-là,
the rest
tu
of his
prends
giant
son
sandwich.
sandwich, hein. C'est pas pas vrai de te moquer de Tilda. Non, on peut pas. Oh, on peut pas.
The Seastone City coat of arms. I recognise it from the map. It looks a little worse for wear. Oh, like everything else here.
Non, il n'y a rien d'autre. On va revenir dans la ville et essayer de parler du coup au mage peut-être.
This must be the last market stall the merchant mentioned. Nothing more is going to be sold here as long as the merchant is still playing that strange game.
Ouais, bien sûr.
This must be the last market stall the merchant mentioned.
Ah, voilà,
Nothing more is going to be sold here as long as the merchant is still playing that strange game.
Donc il faudra qu'on arrête de les faire jouer pour qu'ils reviennent du coup à leur stand. Allez, le bocal.
Okay then, I'll collect some of those bugs in the jar.
Donc on a pris le fameux bocal avec le bocal à l'intérieur. Et on va rentrer et je vois toujours pas ce qu'on peut faire avec. Et aller parler aux deux geeks qui sont devant leur jeu. Ah voilà. Donc, voilà.
Excuse me. Master Marcus, I need,
Shh, I'm playing.
Yes, but I urgently need,
Later!
but without a mage diploma, I can't...
Listen, I really haven't got time right now. My character's tax return is due. I've been playing towards it for days.
Hey!
Not a prayer. I'm not going to get a blessed thing from Master Marcus as long as that game is running.
Faut qu'on trouve un moyen de lui faire arrêter ce stupide jeu parce que là il devient trop accro pour moi. C'est pas possible de nous parler comme ça. On est de futurs élèves, on sent. Il n'y a pas un truc, il doit y avoir un truc dans la salle des serveurs pour qu'on puisse...
No choice.
Ah voilà, bah, maintenant on l'a accès. Ah!
A hairy demon. He's operating a machine.
C'est ça le serveur en question. Un singe, d'accord. Ok.
The demon seems to be busy. He probably has to toil day and night just to keep the game going.
Ah, c'est ça. Donc c'est peut-être lui qui fait que du coup...
The waste bin is right under the slot in the
Oh.
machine. Strange.
Donc, je pense qu'il faudra peut-être, du coup, comme c'est lui qui contrôle la machine, faire quelque chose, le faire sortir ou je ne sais quoi pour que la machine arrête de fonctionner ou bugger un truc. Donc du coup...
There are a lot of
Oui,
index
c'est
cards in the
vrai,
filing
oui.
cabinet. Each card bears a small table and a picture. The cards are sorted alphabetically. Let's see. Rare watering can, volume 5 litres. Used for geraniums, increases potted plant lifespan by 2. Epic folder, offers room for up to 16 forms. Slip resistant suspenders, prevents sock slippage. These index cards seem to contain descriptions of all the items in the game. Now, let's see if we can annoy the demon.
Ah oui. Du coup, il est... Ah mais non, on peut pas avoir accès
Oh, that demon's fast. He must have amazing intellectual powers.
vite. Hein. Je pense que du coup, on va faire autre
That
chose.
service chair is a pretty rickety piece of woodwork. For save games. Sorry, couldn't resist. The safe is locked, and there's no way I can crack it either.
Il y a peut-être quelque chose dedans, du coup, qu'on devrait faire pour récupérer.
A small black container. It could be an inkwell. The demon might notice if I were to take his inkwell and exact a terrible revenge.
Oui, on veut éviter.
The chair looks just like the chair the demon is sitting on. I guess it's a replacement chair.
Ah, ça me donne une idée pour le... Les chambres. Je pensais à remplacer la chaise. Du coup, jouer dans les trucs là pendant que lui, du coup, il s'occupera à s'énerver et à ranger à notre place. Et pendant qu'il fait ça, remplacer des tabourets et l'un des tabourets défectueux quand il est prêt. Ah non, c'est ça qui... Non, c'est méchant. Je sais pas. Enfin, je pense que c'est ça parce que du coup, on peut pas avoir accès à la machine quand...
The chair looks just like the chair the demon is sitting on. I guess it's a replacement chair.
Oui, moi, tu essaies de faire des petits...
The server is so busy working that he won't notice a thing. The chair is still standing, but it should tip over pretty easily. It says online, whatever that means.
Online. Je pense que ouais, ben, c'est ce qui indique que la machine du coup elle fonctionne. Mais après, qu'est-ce que c'est que... sais pas.
Let's see.
Ah oui, des clèmes des puces. Ouais, maintenant tu as attrapé des puces.
Ah!
Oh, what's going on now?
The server's gone crazy.
Completely buggy.
Oh, I've just about had enough of this. You pay all that money month after month, the developers make huge profits, and still nothing works. Everything they've got is junk. All a whole load of totally outdated technology. I've had enough. I'm writing a complaint. If they don't get their technical problems under control, then I'm out of here. Absolutely. Me too.
Excellent. It looks like all I have to do is ensure a second technical problem and the two will finally stop playing.
Ah, du coup, ah, attends, mais c'est ça qu'on voit. Non, voilà. Ah, zut, il continue encore de jouer. Donc il me manque un
Excuse
truc,
me.
je pense.
And plain pleasure still unimpaired.
To be honest, these constant technical problems irritate me.
Robbing so-and-sos. They screw us for 1 gold piece a week. And that's with 6 players worldwide. Think about it. That's 6 gold pieces a week. You think with that kind of dosh they could buy some better technology?
Precisely, but it's still fun nevertheless.
Yes. Just.
Ouais. Puis ça ne veut pas plus que ça.
Well then, see you.
Donc il faut vraiment qu'on trouve un moyen pour que la machine soit complètement down. Maintenant, peut-être retourner voir les gars, peut-être que, enfin, s'il veut bien nous aider. Ah, une banane.
Hey, what did you just hide there?
Nothing.
Oh, t'as vu en train de manger une banane? Ah,
I saw you eating
ah bah
something,
oui,
and then you
t'as vu
hid it
manger
when
une
you saw me.
banane.
What was it?
You what? I wasn't eating anything.
Oh, yes, you were. It was a long, yellow thing.
And if I was? That's a whole crateful that's been delivered. And I'm taking the rest to the monkey just as soon as I have my next break period.
Une banane pour les donner au singe, je viens d'y penser.
That's food for the hairy demon in the tavern.
What do you mean, a demon?
Mais
That's
si
a
ça
monkey.
pas jouer le beurre.
A what?
A monkey. Monkeys love bananas. And me too.
C'est pas des aliments de démons, du beurre, des bananes.
Isn't it dangerous for humans to eat demon food?
What? Bananas are delicious. The monkey goes crazy for them.
Would you let me try a banana?
Voilà.
No, I've already eaten 2, and the monkey still needs to have some, sorry.
Oh.
If you would excuse me, I have to, guard the town.
Ouais.
You want to eat more of them, right?
Perhaps.
Hello, Mr. Shieldhand.
Hello, Mr. Underhill. What do you want?
About the food for that hairy demon.
C'est un singe, le
Yes.
beurre, un singe qui a du mal.
Where did you get the demon food?
The roleplay company sends a crate every week by air freight. I receive them and take them to the tavern.
And it doesn't bother anyone that you take a couple of those things from every delivery?
Well, perhaps it's not officially.
Ce serait une menace. Bah, tu sais, Wilbur, peut-être qu'il faudrait qu'on te fasse manger une banane pour que tu saches en fait ce que c'est.
Those two players get really upset about technical difficulties in their role-playing game.
Yes. And?
Could the difficulties be related to the fact that someone is depriving the hairy demon of his
La
food?
menace.
Well, no. I can't imagine that.
What if we ask the merchant and the mage teacher what they think about it? After all, they pay a lot of money to ensure that the game works.
Well,
And if it really is due to the lack of fruit, maybe they would like their money back.
All right. Here's a banana. You have to peel the skin off it before you can eat it. Now, get out of here.
Oh, thanks ever so much.
C'est pas bien qu'on arrive à faire déguiser la menace. En un sens, hein, c'est ce qu'il fallait faire pour qu'on puisse obtenir la fameuse banane du démon, que tu dis, pour le démon poilu. Non mais je pense vraiment qu'il faut vraiment que tu goûtes une banane, Lisa, pour que tu saches qu'on peut leur manger. Oui, la banane.
Maybe I can distract him with this. Hey, demon, look what I have here.
What's going on now? Can you do anything?
No, everything's locked up.
I've got lag.
Lag.
That's it. I can't be bothered anymore. I'm checking this. They'll suffer the consequences for what they're doing. Right. Well, I'll give them one more chance. But just one. It's not like we couldn't stop if we wanted to. We could, but we don't want to. Too right. Except if they don't get to grips with their problems. Then it's over. Write that to them.
No way! What will it take to finally get those two to stop playing?
Les papiers qui tombent dans ce truc, c'est chaud. On va essayer le truc que j'ai parlé au début, mélanger ça et puis échanger les... Allez. Ah voilà. Ah moi ça a marché finalement, c'était pas une mauvaise idée. Sauf que le temps n'est pas trop...
That would have hurt the being made of flesh and blood.
Hey, what's going on?
Hubert, tu as tué
Nothing's
le sang.
working. Has the server crashed?
C'est les chances qu'on a
And I'm standing in a restricted parking zone right now. I'm not going to get upset about it. Why should I get upset about it? What? I started playing this game because it was fun. It isn't anymore. And if it isn't fun, then you should just stop playing it. Devil! Bill, are you all right? Bill, you've got to breathe. Come on, let's get some fresh air. We'll pick up where we left off in a few days, okay?
I did it! At last they stopped playing. I'll be able to have a halfway normal conversation with them now. The mage teacher simply must lend me a diploma. How else can I get into the tower?
Ouais, donc on a réussi un exploit de lui faire arrêter leur petit jeu. Et on va pouvoir leur parler. Enfin, en espérant qu'en sortant... Non, les gars, Ah voilà. Ah bah ça s'est arrêté. Alors du coup, voilà. Bah voilà, vous avez vu, ça a changé, c'est devenu offline maintenant. Donc du coup, on va pouvoir... oui, ils sont sortis. Donc, ils ont dû retourner à leur... Ah bah oui, voilà. Ah, bah c'est un statique en fait. Oui, c'est un statique.
The merchant doesn't look particularly happy. I hope he helps me just the same.
Il a l'air tout énervé de ne pas pouvoir jouer à son jeu.
The merchant doesn't look particularly happy. Hello, Mr. Merchant.
What do you want?
I've been asking myself why you look so grumpy.
That's got nothing to do with you, has it?
Not directly, but
Everything's going down the pan. Everything.
well,
My beautiful market stalls have been burnt down, my shop is closed, and it's all thanks to that dirtbag.
you mean the Shadow Army?
Our own leader. Instead of just faffing around, they should have gone straight in and hit them hard.
Est-ce qu'il parle de
It was all right
l'archimage,
in
là?
the past. I used to sell 500 arrows a day. Mana potions by the gallon. Power elixirs. Invulnerability potions. All the good stuff. But nowadays, no one's buying anymore. All dead. And who cares about my turnover? Nobody, that's who.
Oh, how terrible.
And then there's that damned king of thieves. He'd have the cheese off my sandwich if I didn't look out.
The King of Thieves? Who's that?
A miserable thieving rat. He pinched everything edible off my stall while I was playing WOB.
Fromage.
He used to go thieving all over before. But now, since all the traders have gone, he just steals from me.
Somehow I don't find that entirely illogical.
What? It's unfair, that's what it is. But with us honest traders, he's able to do that.
If I were to catch the King of Thieves for you, what would that be worth to you?
You? How would a little squirt like you deal with the King
Hey.
of Thieves?
The king is even smaller than I am. Besides, I have
Ah oui, avec le
experience at
robot
hunting
de la
rats.
taverne.
Well, it can't hurt, I suppose. But I don't want him caught. I want to see him dead.
Kill? Oh, I don't know about that.
Here's my offer. You kill the rat and bring me his mask as proof. And as a reward, you can choose 3 items from my fine range of goods. And get a move on. I'm off out of here soon. What can an honest, hard-working trader still do in a place like this? I want my revenge, and then my peace and quiet.
Je pense que pour le rat, il faudra peut-être qu'on retourne à la taverne utiliser le robot. Et pour les faire partir les morts, peut-être utiliser les poils de rat, je pense.
I'm not allowed into the upper town, but I need to see the Archmage. It's urgent.
Don't tell me the miserable town guard won't let you through. I've been living in this town for 30 years and I've never been up there yet. We're supposed to pay up so that the beautiful people can all live nice and posh up there in the upper town. But will they let us in? No way. Luckily, I'm a non-taxpayer on principle.
I want to buy something from you.
What then?
You don't happen to have any mage diplomas, do you? Or invitations from the Archmage?
In front, next to the free gold.
I don't see anything I want to buy. Maybe later. I have to go. Maybe I'll come by later.
If you have to.
Donc, peut-être que du coup,
A weather vane in a mage
les
school.
de mage,
I wonder if my parents will be able to accept the fact that I'm different.
Ouais, il est revenu.
Oh, wow!
Oh, on dirait le miroir dans Blanche-Neige, miroir en beau miroir. Moi qui est le plus beau. Par contre, je pense qu'on
Can I
va
help you?
arrêter l'épisode là. Oui, donc je pense qu'on va arrêter l'épisode là parce que du coup je crois que nous verrons. Et bon, ben j'espère que ça vous a plu et donc ben n'hésitez pas à me dire dans les commentaires si vous avez aimé ou pas. Et ben je vous dis à bientôt. À plus.